a night. Let this gentle story be a source of peace for you. The healing bond between Campanula and Lily. This story is about the healing bond between a young woman, Campanula, and her fairy friend, Lily, who helps her recover from past sorrows in a magical forest. In a small, tranquil village nestled between rolling hills and meandering streams, there lived a young woman named Campanula. Her home was surrounded by an enchanting garden, filled with vibrant flowers and fragrant herbs. One crisp autumn morning, as the first rays of dawn kissed the dewy petals, Campanula met a tiny fairy named Lily. Lily's wings shimmered with the colors of the rainbow, and her presence brought in a hub of common light. They quickly became friends, sharing stories and laughter underneath the lush canopy of ancient oaks. Campanula had a gentle heart but carried the burden of past sorrows that dimmed her radiant spirit. Sensing her new friends in her turmoil, Lily decided to help heal her pain. One day, Lily led Campanula to a hidden grove in the heart of the forest, where the air was sweet with the scent of blooming jasmine. At the center of the grove was a crystal-clear pond, its water sparkling with an ethereal glow. "This pond is special," Lily whispered. "Its waters have the power to heal." With trust in her eyes, Campanula knelt by the pond and touched the cool water. The sense of tranquility washed over her as the water seemed to absorb her sadness. Day after day, Campanula returned to the pond, guided by Lily's patient encouragement. As time passed, she felt her old wounds begin to heal, her heart growing lighter with each visit. The vibrant colors of the garden seemed brighter, the songs of the birds cheerier, matching the renewed joy in her heart. One evening, perched on a bench beside the pond, Campanula turned to Lily with gratitude shining in her eyes. "Thank you, Lily. You've helped me find peace I thought I'd never regain." Lily smiled, her wings fluttering softly. "When healing comes with time and love, dear friend. Remember, you have a beautiful spirit that deserves to shine brilliantly." That night, Campanula slept soundly, cradled by dreams of warmth and light. From that day forward, she tended her garden with renewed vigor, the flowers and herbs flourishing as splendidly as her spirit. And every morning as the sun rose, she would wave to Lily, who visited the garden, both sharing a bond that was now unbreakable. Campanula realized that healing was not just about curing wounds but also about letting love and light back into one's soul. And with the help of her magical friend Lily, she learned to embrace the beauty within and around her, living a life filled with joy and tranquility. Now, let's settle in for another gentle story. Ophelia and Lobelia, the Laughter of the Sea. This story is about a friendship between a girl named Ophelia and a mermaid named Lobelia, which teaches that true joy comes from sharing happiness and laughter. Once upon a time, in a cozy seaside village, there lived a young girl named Ophelia. Ophelia had long, wavy hair that looked like spun gold and eyes as blue as the summer sky. She spent her days wandering the shore, collecting seashells and building sand castles. One day, while exploring a hidden cove, she stumbled upon a glistening, silver-scaled tail. Ophelia gasped in amazement when she realized it belonged to a mermaid named Lobelia. Lobelia had flowing hair that shimmered like moonlight on water, and her laughter sounded like the gentle tinkling of bells. They quickly became friends, finding joy in each other's company every day. Lobelia would share stories about the ocean's mysteries and sing songs of the deep blue sea. Ophelia would tell Lobelia about the world above the waves, describing everything from blossoming flowers to bustling village fairs. The two friends would laugh together, their giggles echoing across the water, blending the sounds of earth and sea. One sunny afternoon, Achilea came to the cove feeling sad because a storm had ruined the village festival. Lobelia knew just how to cheer her friend up. She invited Achilea to a magical underwater celebration. Lobelia waved her hand, and the sea lit up with glowing fish and shimmering plants. Achilea marveled at the beauty around her, her sadness melting away amid the enchanting sights and sounds. Dancing with colorful fish and listening to the melodies of the ocean, Achilea found herself laughing once more. From that day on, the village storms didn't dampen Achillea's spirits, for she knew the ocean's beauty and laughter awaited her just beneath the waves. Lobelia and Achilea continued their friendship, teaching each other that true joy comes from sharing happiness and laughter. Their bond became legendary among the villagers, reminding everyone that even the stormiest days could be brightened with laughter shared between friends. Let's continue softly with another tale. The Enchanted Hills, Magnolia and the Treetop Elf Susan. This story is about the friendship and magical adventures of a human girl named Magnolia and a treetop elf named Susan. In a land adorned with lush hills and vibrant flowers, there was a young girl named Magnolia. She lived in a quaint cottage nestled at the base of the most enchanting hill in the region. Magnolia had bright blue eyes and golden hair that shone like the first light of dawn. One day, as she wandered through the meadows, she heard a soft giggle coming from the treetops. Looking up, she spotted a tiny figure with iridescent wings fluttering amidst the leaves. It was Susan, the whimsical treetop elf. Susan loved to play in the highest branches, where the view of the rolling hills was most splendid. She was known for her playful nature, and delighted in sharing the wonders of the hills with anyone who visited. Over time, Magnolia and Susan became the best of friends, exploring every hidden nook and cranny of the hills together. They discovered secret groves filled with wildflowers that seemed to dance in the breeze, and they often lay on the grassy hilltops, making shapes out of the clouds. One magical evening, the sky turned a deep shade of orange and pink. The shadows lengthened, and the air was filled with the scent of honeysuckle. Magnolia and Susan decided to visit the highest peak to watch the sunset. As they reached the top, they sat quietly, watching in awe as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of gold and crimson. In that moment, Susan revealed a secret to Magnolia. The hills were not just ordinary hills. They held ancient magic that protected the land and its inhabitants. Then Magnolia's eyes widened with wonder. She asked Susan how the magic worked. Susan explained that the magic was woven into the fabric of the hills and was nurtured by the love and harmony of the creatures living there. Every flower, tree, and blade of grass played a part in maintaining the balance of this enchanted realm. Magnolia felt a deep sense of peace and happiness, knowing she was part of something so special. From that day onward, she vowed to protect the hills and their magic. She and Susan continued their adventures, always mindful of the precious gift they had been entrusted with. As the days turned into years, Magnolia grew up to become a wise and kind guardian of the hills. She never forgot the lessons Susan taught her, and she passed them on to future generations. The bond between Magnolia and Susan remained strong, and the hills continued to thrive under their care. And so, the enchanted hills flourished, a testament to the enduring friendship and love between a human girl and a treetop elf. Our next story is seen to comfort you. Xenia and Euphorbia, a tale of fairness. This story is about Xenia, a young girl, and Euphorbia, a shadow creature, who together brought fairness to their town and became legends. Once upon a time, in a quiet town nestled between the arms of a dense forest, lived a young girl named Xenia. She had golden hair that shimmered like the morning sun and a laugh that could echo through the trees. One mysterious night, while sitting under her favorite oak tree, she stumbled upon a creature unlike any other. It was a shadow creature named Euphorbia, with eyes as deep as the night sky and a coat as dark as the void. Despite his intimidating appearance, Euphorbia had a gentle soul. Curiosity brought them together as they learned about each other's world. Ksenia's world was filled with sunlight and laughter, while Euphorbia's was a realm of shadows and whispers. They became fast friends, their bond growing stronger with each secret shared and each adventure taken. One sunny day, a dispute arose in the town over the distribution of resources. The villagers were divided, each side claiming they were not being treated fairly. Feeling the tension, Ksenia and Euphorbia decided to intervene. They listened carefully to the grievances of both sides and devised a plan to bring harmony. First, they organized a town meeting under the ancient oak tree, where everyone could voice their concerns. Ksenia used her empathetic nature to understand everyone's perspective, while Euphorbia used his ability to blend into the shadows, to observe the true intentions behind the words spoken. With their combined efforts, they proposed a system of fairness, where resources were distributed based on need rather than greed. The villagers were initially skeptical, but agreed to give it a try. Over time, the tension eased, and the town flourished under the new system. The once divided community found unity, and the bond between Ksenia and Euphorbia grew deeper. They continued to explore their roles, always guided by the principle of fairness they had learned to uphold. Their story became a legend in the town, reminding everyone that fairness and understanding are the true foundations of a harmonious society. Good night, and may you wake up to a bright new morning.